Gearheads, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified every time we post a new video. And you can check out some behind the scenes stuff before it is here on YouTube by finding us on Facebook and Instagram, both at GT Garage Talk. And everything we do, including our award-winning podcast, can be found at gtgaragetalk.com. Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and I am out here at beautiful Barnwell Mountain Recreation Area just outside of Gilmer, Texas. We've made quite a lot of fun memories out here in Subaru Outback Wilderness, 4Runner TRD Pro, Tacoma TRD Pro, a Ford Ranger Lariat with the trimmer package, and we've explored a little bit of the terrain out here, which, as you can see, is quite crazy. And today we are in something just a little more special because, as y'all know, we have a friend of the channel who has actually purchased this Black Diamond 2021 Ford Bronco. We figured we would bring Brandon on to give some of his thoughts and opinions. He's had, obviously, a little bit of time to get it dirty and explore the trails here. Brandon, what is it like finally getting the Ford Bronco in your possession?
What's it like? That's a really good question because I've driven the same car for so long.
Yes.
So long. It's fantastic, actually. You know, I've waited for a year and a half.
Yeah.
It feels like 10 years. The real challenge was waiting and making sure that the other one didn't die.
Right.
Before I could get this one, so I didn't have to buy a third car to fill in the gap.
So you said the most interesting part about waiting wasn't too hard because you plunked down $100 and picked out your options and just kind of sat and waited. The most difficult part for you was remembering exactly how you spec'd it.
Yeah. So when I got it, I was thinking like, oh, it's got all this stuff, and I go back and look, and I was like, wait a second, that was like 2 or 3 before I finalized, you know, what I actually wanted to buy. And just going back and remembering what I had purchased was, you know, interesting.
So I do remember you actually sat down with Matt and I as they announced this and launched it online for the very first time. We've got that video. I'll link it up in the corner. What made you settle on Black Diamond? A couple of things.
The black Steelies were a big thing for me.
Chef's kiss. Yes. I approve.
I don't want the aluminum. Give me the black Steelies. Also, the vinyl interior, the floor.
Yeah.
I always said after I bought my last truck, I will never, ever have carpet interior ever in a truck. And so
let's see if I can do this.
That was a big deal for me.
So yes, the interior on this is completely washable, which after spending some time out in this red dirt, Texas, you will be washing that out. I love just how obvious that drain plug is.
You said you were going to help me wash this thing out.
Yeah, totally. So let's get into it. We are going to actually hit the trails with Brandon in his Black Diamond Ford Bronco. Oh gosh, let's see. Whew. I think it's easier for me to get in than for you.
Yeah, I get to climb a mountain.
Yeah, look, I just pop right in. All right.
Just don't fall out.
Oh. All right, Brandon, initial impressions.
I mean, I love it. What else is there to say? Everything that I've touched, it doesn't feel like I'm going to break it, which is a really big deal for me because on my last truck, a lot of things were broken.
Yes. When you have a vehicle for what, 15, 16 years?
Yeah, I've had that for 15.
And your first vehicle, sometimes, you know, you're kind to your first vehicle. Sometimes you like to test the boundaries.
You know, I had that truck for, I think 3 days before the quarter panel got smashed.
Nice.
And so I was always just like, you know, it's gonna get rubs and scrapes and dents and dings. And so after a few other things broke on it, I was like, you know, whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. So I'm going to do my best to try and capture here on camera some of the crazy dips and articulation and different things that this Bronco is capable of, and we aren't even really scratching the surface. Like I mentioned earlier, we've got a video from the Off Rodeo, which is Ford's kind of gift to Bronco owners that teaches Bronco owners exactly how to drive and what features to use and when to use them and how to use them. Their brand new Bronco, and there are 4 stationed throughout the U.S., and one of them is right here just outside of Austin, Texas for us, and it was a lot of fun. So we'll link those videos up in the corner. But
I like how you said gift.
Yeah,
I feel like I paid for it.
yes, it's built into the cost.
Yes, very much so.
Very much so. So going back to the waiting process, you ordered this the week they became available, correct?
That actually the day after,
Yeah.
because their website crashed and I couldn't do it that day. I would have placed an order, you know, right then, but you know, I think that get it a little bit.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was already looking at a Bronco anyway,
Yeah.
and so, you know, seeing something that was the same price kind of range for brand new was really exciting for me.
Yeah. So you were looking at classic Broncos.
Yeah, I was looking at mostly late 60s. I got to use one when we were on a deer lease in Mississippi, and it was just so much fun. And so after that, I was kind of hooked, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'll do that to you. So, yeah, I remember you coming over and watching the reveal with us and frustratingly dealing with the website issues. So when did you actually take delivery of this?
2 weeks ago now. It was the Friday after Thanksgiving.
So Black Friday. You went Black Friday shopping and bought a
Black
Bronco.
Diamond Friday.
Yes. I like how, yes, very nice. So you perhaps got one of the most hotly contested Black Friday gifts out there, and a very rare and hard to find Ford Bronco. And here we are just a couple weeks later, putting it through its paces out here at Barnwell. And whoa, there goes my mic. Just truly seeing not only what all Barnwell has to throw at you, but what your Bronco can handle on its own.
I'm a little nervous. This is the first time I've been to Barnwell. It's a great facility.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like the first off-roading experience that I've ever had. So I'm trying to be careful, knowing I just bought this thing I waited a year and a half and just got it. So, yeah.
Well, rest assured that I will not make you do anything that will tear up, as long as you listen to me.
Yeah,
that's the tough part.
There's a coin toss.
Yes. What has maybe surprised you the most, or been the most interesting feature you've engaged with so far?
Interesting. I'll just say fun.
Yeah.
It's the trail turn assist.
The giggle button.
The giggle button. It's a lot of fun, especially when you're just doing donuts.
Yes.
Because, you know.
And cut to donut footage.
It gets so bumpy in here.
Ooh! Oh! Oh!
Yeah, I think that's the most fun. The articulation is interesting. That's one of the choices that I had to decide between was the Badlands and the Black Diamond. Obviously more money for extra things, and it didn't make a ton of sense, but I think just the articulation that's already here is a lot of fun. You kind of feel how you're rolling through these ravines. I don't know what you want to call them.
Washouts, ruts.
Right. Yeah.
Just the fact that I'm staring at your belly button right now is just showing
that's
you
awkward.
just how crazy the changes in elevation are out here. So without much further ado, I know you want to get back behind the wheel.
Yes.
I know y'all want to see us drive this thing around beautiful Barnwell Mountain. So why don't we just hop in and go?
And we'll try not to tear it up.
Yeah. So you are trying out the trail control button, which basically does all the throttle and braking for you. You just point it in the right direction.
Yeah, that's how it works. Listen.
Hero buttons up here. We've got your hazard buttons, don't want to use that, traction control off, the giggle button, and rear locker. You are missing a couple, which are your disconnectable stay bar and front locker, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Which, if you go Badlands, you get those.
You get 'em.
But so far,
Those two buttons actually cost like 10 grand.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just the buttons.
very expensive buttons. But so far, your Black Diamond is handling the trails quite nicely, and even in this off-road cruise control, pretty competent rig.
Oh yeah.
10% grade, but you really can't tell too much on camera. But yeah. So it's doing all the work other than you're pointing it in the right direction.
Not hit this. Yeah, I'm trying. Let's just put it that way.
I have to hang right. Can you even see?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
If I wasn't good, I'd stop. Or not. You never know. This is the hard part. I think we're back where we drove down that gully.
Quite possibly.
Personally, I think that's where we are.
There's
Shoot!
mud. You missed mud.
You missed a mud puddle for me?
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Ease into it.
Oh. The top of Barnwell. All right, Brandon, towards the end of the day, I think you're getting a little bit braver.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sweating a lot more, I know that.
Well, I just had to come down that on foot. I'm pretty sure that is the top of Barnwell.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah. And you made it look so simple in the Bronco. So kudos to Team Bronco and Team Ford for a very competent
build. It's great.
All right, Brandon, a lot of firsts for you today. First time taking your Bronco off-road. First time out to Barnwell.
First time off-road.
Yeah, first time properly off-road. There was you told me off camera.
There was a Kia Soul incident.
In Colorado. Something about how to, But quick elevator pitch. What are your thoughts?
I absolutely love it. You know, this is the second week I've driven this thing, and I really believe, and just from driving it, I think that this vehicle has kind of reinvigorated my hope that the U.S. can manufacture high-quality, capable vehicles that are actually great for the consumer.
Yeah.
You know, we've driven some other vehicles my wife has, and I want what's best for us, not what's best for a manufacturer. And this thing is just, it's just built well.
It
feels good. It feels good to drive, and it's just perfect.
So we went up some very, very gnarly hills. We found the very top of Barnwell.
Found it.
I'm quite sure. Bone stock. Even you don't have to get the Badlands. You don't have to get the Wild Track. You don't have to get the first.
You can put regular unleaded in this thing.
Right. Like the fact that this is basically the mid-grade. Let's face it.
Yeah,
it's mid-grade.
absolutely.
And it was more than capable at a lot of what Barnwell had to throw at it.
Right.
Yes, there are some trails out here that would eat your lunch, and that's true of any vehicle that is not built.
It's probably more capable than I am, to be fair.
Fair point. And you've touched on it multiple times, but the sheer beauty of the Bronco platform is the fact that we're able to do all of that. And here we are cruising at 65 miles an hour on the highway.
We can go faster if you want.
Headed home.
Yeah, I think that's really the difference. Are the Jeeps more capable off-road? Absolutely they are. Are they fun to drive there? No, they are not.
No.
And so you get the best of both worlds. You get a lot of functionality mixed with a great drive.
Yep. Said very well. I've spent many a mile in a Wrangler, and yes, this is hands down the better on-road performing vehicle. Even after getting all that mud and dirt and rocks in your tires, this is still quite composed. No shimmy, no shake, very smooth. I will note though, one of the reasons why you waited so long for your particular Bronco, this Bronco, is you opted for the hard top and did not want to cave and get the soft top.
Would not cave. Yeah, not happening.
Right. A lot of questions online. Road noise, wind noise. How is it?
So a little bit of backstory. I drove my Dodge Ram, as you mentioned.
Yes.
I drove that for 15 years, actually coming up on 16. And at some point when I was in college, I ripped the weather stripping off of the driver's side door because I locked my keys in my truck. And so for the longest time, that was back 10 years ago at least.
Yeah.
And it was super, super loud. And going to this is actually quieter. I know that sounds crazy. So for me, like,
this is nothing.
It's not bad at all.
Well, so for me, coming from passenger vehicles without removable roofs, there is roof wind noise.
Sure.
That is inherent of the fact that you are basically driving a brick down the road. It is not aerodynamic by design. But the boxy shape of this, you and I both noted how easy it made it for getting in the right seating position to see.
Yep.
The visibility out of these is amazing on-road and off-road, and is due mostly to this boxy shape.
Yeah.
Yes, the roof is a little noisy. You did get the extra sound deadening. You have taken the roof and doors off.
I have, yeah. And so if you really want to complain about the road noise, just take them off and see how that goes.
So there you go. all that said, this is perhaps the first of many opportunities we will tap Brandon on the shoulder for to borrow his Bronco, but we did want to get his first dirt impressions with this, completely bone stock and handled like a dream out at Barnwell Mountain. Huge thanks to our friends out there. If you haven't already, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Ring the bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. You can check out behind the scenes stuff before it is here on YouTube by going and finding us on Facebook and Instagram, both at GT Garage Talk. And everything we do, including our award-winning podcast, can be found at gtgaragetalk.com. Until next time, bye. We're never gonna leave here, are we? Ah! Oh.
I have rutted this thing up so bad.